Hey everybody, it's Chris C. It's Wootini from GayGamer.net here with another weekly video podcast. This week, everybody is all excited about the new Twilight Princess HD remaster on the Wii U. And while I will admit that Twilight Princess was one of my favorite Zelda games, it was really terrific. People complained about the motion controls, but I personally loved swinging the remote like a sword, and I just thought it was fantastic. But I can't bring myself to play a game I've already played when there are other games that I still haven't played or still need to finish. So I will not be rebuying a game to play again, just for a new dungeon. Because this past week, I did actually finish a game. I finished Child of Light. I will say that that's one of the things that I like about the indie games, is that they're usually much shorter. So you don't mind that you're paying like $10 to $15 for something, because, you know, it's shorter. If you paid $60 and it was that short, you'd be like, dude, what did I just spend my money on? But the indie games tend to be a little easier for me to finish. The full-on games, I will usually, either they get too hard, or I lose interest, or I get distracted by another game, and then I just never finish. But Child of Light, I did actually finish. It was actually a very nice role-playing game. I will say also that I'm glad that I played it on easy. There was no normal, as you might recall a few episodes ago when I mentioned that I'd started it. They give you the choice of playing on easy so you can enjoy the story, or on hard to give yourself a challenge. And I'm like, we're not playing on hard. I want normal, and they didn't give me normal, so I was like, well, I'll have to play it on easy then. And I will say that it did start off really easy. But because the game also gives you very frequent ways to replenish your health and magic points. So, you know, in between battles. So it's not as difficult. But I will say that towards the end, like the last couple of bosses were a bit of a challenge. Like not like, you know, hard like they would have been if I'd been playing on normal. You know, where I might have died and had to restart or something, you know. But, like, it wasn't so easy that it was, like, lame, you know. There was enough challenge where I was like, alright, let me do this, and you'd think about what attack would do best and stuff, but if you screwed it up, it wasn't the end of the game, you know, you wouldn't end up dead because you screwed up one attack, and you're like, oh no, I shouldn't have attacked with that, I should have done this instead, now I'm dead and I have to restart. I will say that the story was okay. I think that I love the design of the world and the characters in the world. I thought that was terrific. But the way that the story is told, with all the constant rhyming dialogue, it got old really quickly. Like, really quickly. So that by the end of the story, it's like, it's hard to pay attention, and I'm just like, ugh. And then I was like, at the end, I was like, wait, what's happening right now? Because I'm confused. Did I miss something? Because I wasn't paying attention to the rhyming, and I was kind of just glossing over it. But no, it was not my fault. It was just something happening that was just weird, and then I was like, oh, okay, now I understand. But it was good. At the end, it returns you to the game, which is a nice thing, except I don't think I want to go back to try to... There's still a couple of side quests that I never finished, but I'm not sure I really want to do that, like, because I feel like, okay, now I've completed this game, let's go play something else now. Because I feel like going back and, like, just to do it to get the extra credit of finishing those side quests, I'm like, meh, it's not that big of a deal. Like, I don't feel like that's that compelling. Not like with Tomb Raider, where I'm like, I want to do every side quest, I want to do every collectible, I want to get 100% completion. Here I'm okay. I'm good. So now the question is, what am I going to play next? And my options are, this month is crap for PlayStation Plus free games. Though I've got a couple I could play anyway, and I've also got some stuff I've bought for like $1. Like I bought a bunch of the old Telltale games, like Jurassic Park and Back to the Future. I could play those. But I just downloaded this Sherlock Holmes mystery adventure game that on the Xbox One that could be kind of interesting, because I like an adventure game. However, because it's a solve the mystery kind of thing, I'm a little concerned that I'm going to end up having to cheat and go online to look up solutions because I'm not going to be able to figure it out. But we'll see. But I actually think that the next thing I might want to try is Gears of War. Because Gears of War 2 was free last month on Xbox 360, and I've downloaded it to my Xbox One because it's backwards compatible. And I'm like, let me give that a shot, because everybody loves Gears of War, they all talk about it, so, but I never found it appealing, so I never, like, spent money to buy it, but if you're going to give it to me for free, I'll give it a shot, because I figure, like, that's the kind of thing where, if I like it, great, and if I don't like it, I'll just play it for, like, you know, a day or two, and then I'll be like, you know what, this isn't working for me, and I'll just delete it and go play Sherlock Holmes then. So, I think I'm going to go with Gears of War 2. Oh, the other thing that I wanted to mention this week is some people on Twitter were talking about getting excited that they could pre-order No Man's Sky. And there's even a collector's edition, which looks very cool, and I'm very interested in that. And I got all excited, so I went to check when it was releasing. It's not releasing until June. And I was like, seriously? I can't. It's not until June. It's like only just now March. Like, and you want me to get excited for something in June? But I am excited for No Man's Sky. That's the one game that made me go, ooh. Like, I want to buy a PlayStation 4 so I can play that, because that's exclusive on the PS4. And I don't yet have a PS4, because what I'm playing is, like, a lot of multi-platform stuff, so I just get it for the Xbox One. There hasn't been a game that's exclusive to the PlayStation 4 that makes me go, that I will buy a console so that I can play that game. And then all the others, but that specifically. But No Man's Sky looks like it might be the one. The problem is that I just need to make sure it's really actually as good as it seems before I go and drop the money. I mean, I will get a PS4 eventually, so like if I buy a PS4 and then No Man's Sky comes out and it gets really bad reviews, it's not like I'll never play my PS4. Like, I'll be getting games for it, it's fine, but I would just be really disappointed because it looks amazing. And I'm hoping that the bad reviews for No Man's Sky would basically just be like, oh, there's no game here, you just go from planet to planet and you just look at stuff and it's so boring and whatever. And I'm just like, no. Because the exploring is the compelling thing for me. Like, I want to go to these randomly generated planets and check it out and see what the plants are and what alien life there is and if there's buildings and languages and stuff. And then get back in my spaceship and fly to the next planet and see what's there. You know, like, that's fascinating to me. Like, I don't need, like, shootouts and combat and, like, that sort of thing. Like, just the exploring is compelling enough gameplay for me, personally. So, if that's everyone's only complaint, then I'm good. I'm just hoping that if the reviews are as good as I'm hoping they're going to be, that I can still get a collector's edition even if I wait until June to order it. We'll see. If I end up with just the regular game, no big deal. I just saved myself $20, $30, so that's good. But I am planning on buying the PS4 at least a week before No Man's Sky comes out, because I need to be able to set up my PS4 and then spend the 6 hours updating it to the new system software and all that nonsense, so that it's ready to go, so that as soon as I get No Man's Sky, I can just put it in and play. Because that's the problem when you buy a new console, is you can't play the game right away because you have to wait. So I'm planning ahead this time. So that's enough for this week, and I will see you back here next week, and I'll probably be talking about Gears of War 2. Unless it's really awful and I don't like it, in which case I will talk about that for a moment, and then I'll probably talk about Sherlock Holmes. See you then. Bye.